Greetings Nerf fans, Cal here, and as you can probably tell, on the table today we have one of the Nerf Fortnite HC-E blasters. Now the astute of you will have noticed the front end, but we'll come to that later. What the main purpose of today's video is to drop this in there. This is a 10 kilogram Hotshock spring. Now I've already loosened a good number of the screws just to make this a little bit quicker, but here we go. For those of you who don't know, the internals of this are quite capable of taking Hotshock springs, which does mean, from a modder's perspective, these are quite useful blasters. Particularly when you rebarrel it to take elite darts, which, again, as the astute of you will have noticed, this one has been, and we'll come to that when we get to the kit installed. Point to note with this particular blaster, this screw hole here by default has nothing in it. That's how it comes from the factory. So for those of you who are dismantling one of these and think, "Oh, I've lost a screw," don't panic, you haven't. It was never there to start with. But I'm quite sure we've all had that panic and scrabble around on the floor. So here we are with the internals. If you note, the orientation of the catch engages to this bar here. And the whole thing just pulls straight out. Now, this particular blaster is fitted with the Fenland Nerfworks rebarrel kit, which comprises, much like our Hotshock kit, of a section which fits into here to replace the original des base, a brass barrel and end adapter. Like so. However, the important part we're interested in is this. Now this already has a slightly uprated Hotshock spring in it. But the useful thing to know about this is, because the way this has been designed, if you take a screwdriver, put it into the spring, you can effectively force it over the top of the catch. Like so. Once you're in that position, you can just spiral your spring off, like so. And obviously, to fit, it is the reverse. The initial part's a little bit tricky, like so. I'll show that again for you Nerf fans. Hook in, through, and then spiral it down. Once you get to this point, it'll start to get a little stiff. That's where you take your screwdriver once again, force it in through the top, and it just helps bring it over the clip. Ooh, knocking the camera there, sorry about that guys. Now, this bit can be a little bit tricky. Just trying to persuade the spring that it wants to do that final little bit. Like so. And now that spring is fully set. So what we'll do is we'll reinsert that back in the plunger tube and reinstall back in the blaster. Now at this point, you need to know the spring sits on this side of this wall here, like so. Don't worry if your plunger tube moves, pardon me, slightly. You can just reset that, and it locates here, here, and here. And at the front end, you'll notice there are a couple of orange tabs here and here. They just sit to nest the barrel nicely against the front here and in this web here. Once that's all in place, simply rebuild the shell. Always the long and boring bit of any mod, doing all the case screws back up. Oh yeah, that's got some poke to it.